The H-4 Hercules Spruce Goose. This plane from 1927 originally intended to be a transatlantic airliner, but did not end up ever living up to that potential. Became a amazing anniversary activity, 40th anniversary activity, and Microsoft Flight Simulator. I have not flown this plane before, however. The early days of transatlantic flight was just fascinating. This ginormous plane is just fascinating, and it taking off and landing on water is also fascinating. And so I've never driven or flown this plane. I don't have any experience with it whatsoever. I think that would be kind of the point of this. It's a bit of a discovery flight for everybody involved. It's the maiden voyage of this plane. So let's see if we can do a little bit better than just getting it about what is pictured here, just a few feet off the ground for 30 seconds. All right, here we are sitting on the water. It looks like we do have some modern technology in comparison to what we would have had in 1927. Let's go ahead and look at our controls real quick. It's our pitch arm. Okay. Take a look. Here, mostly just gauges to see on this side. Here are some controls: rudder trim, aileron trim, flaps, autopilot, prop pitch, all of our throttles, surface controls. All right. This giant plane with the cruise ship in our harbor. All right, we are set up for flight here. The only thing left to do here is take off. So let's see what happens here. What an amazing cockpit view we have. So let's gently come up on our throttle. And you can see that's bringing all of them up. We are full gas. Moving forward. Let's keep us away from that shoreline. I see why this never quite literally took off as a plane, because we are not moving very fast. Oh my god, we're already off the ground? Well, that was pretty easy. Let's bring our flaps up. Let's get back in the cockpit. Let's pull up a bit here. See how much elevation that we can gain. Wow, I just can't get over how beautiful this cockpit is. Alright, so it looks like I can see here, they're hoping that we get to 10,000 feet, our selected altitude. So let's see if we can get this giant Hercules up to 10,000 feet. So far, everything's holding steady. Someone's got to talk to it about its default cameras, though. No bueno. Looks like we're gotta focus more on getting up, pulling up. I'm not seeing us gain much elevation if I'm looking at the right gauge. In fact, it looks like we're going down if I'm looking correctly. Oh, I'm not looking at the right gauge. Let's see. Got a feeling I'm starting to lose a little bit of control here. What's happening? We're going pretty slow. Uh-oh. Are we stalling? Okay, we are stalling. Uh-oh. Okay, well, I can see why this plane cannot become a transatlantic plane. We can't, I mean, even in a sim, we can't get this thing. Let's see, how far up are we? We're at 3,500 feet and we're stalling. So yeah, this is not going to pass the muster for transatlantic flight, I'm afraid. Because we can't even, this is as high as we're able to get it. So let's see if we can safely even turn this thing. Without falling out of the sky. Let's set ourselves up for a little bit of like a giant balloon kind of shape turn. Let's get ourselves back around, open it up as much as we can. Oh, that is bringing the plane pretty quickly. Looks like we're holding elevation. Are full throttle. So there's the coast where we took off from. I cannot see our altitude in front of us on any one of these. These gauges. So let's go back. Oh, we gained another 1,000 feet. So maybe slowly but surely. I mean, just the problem is, I mean, I guess for 1927, maybe you're willing to give it a go off the heels of the Titanic, but it's like, this is so slow that there's no way that this is going to be. Why would we cross the Atlantic with this? I guess worst case scenario, you're all just stuck on a plane. But as we make our way over land, it's taking quite a long time to get there. Wow, Long Beach really is beautiful. This plane is beautiful. Such an aesthetically pleasing cockpit. Alright, let's take a look at some of this instrumentation again, and some of these controls, see if there's something that we're doing wrong. It doesn't look like there's really anything for us to be doing. Still gaining elevation. Let's make our way. This part of the land looked very interesting to fly over, so let's go that direction. As we take this, let's see what this looks like in a corner, in the turn. I'll sit in a corner. Look at this giant behemoth in the sky making its turn. It's really doing it. Ready to flatten her out. There we go. Okay. Looks like we're still gotta pull back pretty much almost all the way at this point, though, just to keep ourselves gaining elevation. So we are up in the sky. I mean, I can see why and I can see why not. Quite frankly, I would never want to take this plane up, up this high, because I mean, all of a sudden it would just fall like a giant rock, and at some point potentially, like, I'm pulling back all the way right now on the yoke, and I feel like we're losing elevation. So it's a bit of a problem. See what happens if I let go completely. Yeah, we just take a nosedive. Maybe this nosedive will give us a little bit of speed that we need to make our way. Let's make our way across this little peninsula, if we can call it that, this little piece of land here, and let's make our way down to landing in the little bay across what we're flying over here. Looks like, judging from what I can see on our little nav map right here, it looks like maybe I don't have as much room to land as I think I do over there. So let's work on our approach a little bit as well. Let's check our elevation. Oh, we're still gaining, but it does not feel like it. It feels like we're going down. Climbing pretty quickly, but we're just going so slow. Like, we could outdrive this. Wow, look at this thing. It really is a thing of beauty, though. So many engines. Can't imagine how much fuel. I wonder if you needed most of this plane just for fuel storage to get across the ocean, or if it was mostly for passengers. So we're at 10,000 feet. Let's see what happens when we do drop out of the sky, don't we? How quickly do we drop out of the sky, though? Pretty quickly. All right, so let's pull back again. Not a whole lot of in between here. So let's make our way out to the ocean here. We're gonna have to bring ourselves down a bit, so let's put down the flaps one notch. See what that does for us. Almost to the point where we can make our final turn to, almost to the point where we can make our turn onto the final approach, where we can just point straight out into the ocean. But we want to clear that little hump and kind of go for the center of that beach that we're looking at. Oh, wow. That's a lot of... Oh, wow, even more switches. landing lights, nav lights, heaters, doors. Oh, I think we're just going straight down right now. Whoops. Going crazy, bud. So yeah, in fact, a lot of buttons here. But let's make our way down in for our landing. Really excited to have flown this plane. It's been calling my name for a while. I've really been curious about whether or not it would fly and how it would fly. I really like this big giant behemoth of the sky. I love the Hercules concept for this giant plane. Really cool, love it. However, I think this is just too slow and quite frankly would be boring to really drive even from place to place. Like if we were to take this from LA even up the Pacific coast, I feel like it's just too slow and it would just be boring to flight sim it. But it's really cool just to check out. Really, really cool. I'm really happy I did this. Again, it's just been really calling my name. So as we make this corner here, you can take the boy out of the race car, but you can't take the race car out of the boy, I guess. For final approach here down, I'm going to land in that big, I'm going to put her in the drink down there. Let's put another layer, flaps down. Got some elevation to lose. Let's see where we're at now. 92,000 feet. So yeah, we gained a lot more elevation than I thought we would. It wasn't easy, but even then, you can't really maintain the speed that you're looking for to make this fun and worthwhile. It's really just being able to take this ginormous mega goose out for a spin. Mostly is the novelty of it. So this is a pretty steep descent that we're making right now, and I'm not interested in keeping this for much longer. However, I do just want to get to the water, so I got to make sure to get down. See how quickly we're dropping. And we're dropping pretty quickly. We dropped 1,000 feet since we last checked. 2,800 and counting. Vertical speed, negative vertical speed. Approaching 160 knots. So far, I think this is fast, but steady and predictable. Oh, it looks scary from this angle, though. So pretty soon we'll start leveling off. But we are still in the clouds, so we got a ways to go. A ways to go. Alright, well, once we make our way through this cloud right here, we'll start bringing it down more gradually. Oh, a little bit of a stutter there. Alright, and here we enter the cloud. I mean, this cockpit really is fantastic. Gives off the Aviator vibes, the movie. are over the water now. Let's round us off a little bit. Let's check our elevation. 3,500 feet, falling still pretty quickly, down to 2,000 vertical speed, negative. Through the clouds, man. To the cloud. See, there's gonna be a bunch of ocean when we come through. There we go. Oh, it's hard to tell. It's hard to visually track it. There we go. Looks a little easier. Let's see, what's our elevation? Oh, we're right above it. Should we land it in first person or third person? What kind of authentic? Let's go authentic. All right, let's drop our throttle. Bring down the flaps or increase flaps one more level. We're getting closer. We're starting to see some ripples. All right, starting to see some detail. Time to pull up, time to pull up. It's so hard to tell because it feels like we're right over the water. We gotta be just kissing it now. There we go. Crashed? Wait. Why did it say we crashed? And it still says we're going 65. What's going on? Did we freeze? Well, maybe they never were able to fly this plane because it kept freezing their PCs on landing. But yeah, we can see the throttle still moving. We can see our airspeed stationary, and we heard that noise like we crashed the plane. But I guess that's it for us in the Hercules. Thank you guys for watching, and I guess it really is impossible to fly this plane.